Hi, everybody. This is Barbara Lardonnay, and today I pose the question, are you a Titanic Christian? Quite a few months ago, my daughter started using the term when I would be asking her the update on different people that were in her life or that we both knew. And sometimes she would say Titanic Christian. And really, it was just a shortcut because what she was meaning was that this is somebody who was like on the Titanic. You remember, if you saw the movie and read anything about it, that the band came out and played on the deck even as the ship was going down. They just kept on going. And did they not realize? Were they just clueless? Did they just keep on mindlessly going on with what they were doing without facing the reality? And this can be happening to people, individuals, Christians right now. In fact, it's happening to a lot of Christians, especially since the pandemic. A lot of people went into hibernation. They just backed away from things in life. Maybe they went into fear, strongly into fear, but they might have backed away. And society is so bad and things are so terrible that they just want to bury their head in the sand. And if you're burying your head in the sand, then that's the same thing as being a Titanic Christian. Well, the thing is, there's churches that are in the same condition. There are pastors who are in that condition themselves, and that's the way that they're leading the church. And it is a very bad thing because a church is there not to be a bless me club, not to be a self-help group that coddles you, that puts their arms around you and makes you feel safe in this 1 hour or 2 hours of church once a week, and then you have to go out and just put blinders on. I was also reminded of one of the stories in Lord of the Rings. Do you remember that King Rohan, that king who had been bewitched and who was completely under the spell of that evil person who and his eyes were all scaled over and he was drooped and he couldn't hear. He was just barely awake. And that figure has come back to me so many times. And I remember, and I believe it was when Gandalf came and broke the spell, and the transformation in him was remarkable. And the scales came off of his eyes, and his light came back onto his face, and color came back to him, and he realized and recognized the condition he had been in and the spell he had been under, and then he did what he needed to do. He was a king, and he needed to lead his people in war. We are in a season of war right now. We are fighting for the life of our country. We are coming down to crunch time. You know that in the Revolutionary War, it was not 100% of the people that were on the side of the Continental Congress and on the side of breaking away from Britain. There were many, a large percentage of people didn't want to. They just wanted to go on with life as usual. Let's just keep on going. And so many times that's what seems to be the easiest thing to do, but it isn't really, because in the end we will have caved in and our country would not be anymore. That's not going to happen to America. I agree with Dutch Sheets. America shall be saved. And regarding the Titanic thing, it was interesting to me that about a week ago on the Elijah Streams, Johnny Enlow did a whole program comparing the Titanic and elements of the Titanic incident to the condition of the church today. And it kind of reminded me of the fact that my daughter uses the term sometimes for people. So it would be interesting to go back and watch that one. If you don't watch Johnny Enlow, he is a prophetic voice. He's very accurate and he's very seasoned. So if you are in the condition, or if you are in a church that is a Titanic church, break out, break free. And if you are in a place where there is no church that you can go to that would be cutting edge, that would be training you for battle, that would be fighting for our society and for our freedom, then you're going to have to do the best that you can do. You're going to have to ask Holy Spirit to wake you up and to get you moving. And even if you have to join an online church that is vibrant and that is cutting edge and that is recognizing the condition that we're in, then do that. Don't just do nothing. If you're in the place where you don't see anything around you to help you engage and you don't have anyone else to pray with, that's a hard place. But remember, God knows where you're at and He will always provide. And He is going to come alongside you and help you and give you a way to fight. The main thing is don't fall asleep. Don't be in lethargy. Don't put your head in the sand. Wake up, Christians. Wake up, churches. The churches are going to divide off. And some of these churches are going to be the goat churches, and they're not going to stay. They're not going to be able to survive. I think we're in that place right now. I think there's a great dividing off. So this is an encouraging word. I know it doesn't sound that encouraging, but it's encouraging because it's not too late to wake up and to put your boots on and to join the battle. And I will march with you, I promise. I will talk to you soon.